Well, they're obviously down here with their top three in qualifying. Nice we eventually got it done. It was looking like the weather's going to be tricky. Max, I know you're not going to be happy with P2, but it's a front row start, and just talk me through the session, how difficult it was, and did that car put you off at the second last corner on your final attempt?
Yeah, well, I think overall it was a good qualifying, but in the Q3 it was raining a lot more, and it seemed like we were struggling a bit more in like the really wet conditions. So I was just aquaplaning a lot more, and I couldn't really put the power down in like some combined corners. So it was not easy. I tried to be a bit close to the guy ahead to try and stay in his tracks, you know, to have a little bit less water. But anyway, I think P2 is still good. Yeah, it's just very tricky out there, and of course the last lap would have been better. I don't think it was enough to beat Lewis, but yeah, pace overall was quite good.
We heard you talking about visibility. Was that on your visor, or was that just the sheer spray of the car coming up? And the last point, do you think you've done enough in the dry to take the fight to Mercedes? Because it looked like you're strong.
Say that again?
The visibility you complained about, was that in your visor, or was that from the spray just from the cars? And do you think you've got a better car in the dry to fight Mercedes tomorrow?
Well, yeah, visibility is horrible. First of all, from the tires, you know, you can't see a thing. So even when you are like 6 seconds behind, it's already very hard to see the braking zones. So it's not very enjoyable out there. But you know, it's the same for everyone. So we'll have to deal with that. And yeah, I think in the dry, we can have a good shot at it. You know, see how it's going to go. I think the car in general is better than last week. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well done, mate. Have a good one tomorrow. To see who's coming up. Lewis, that was an absolute dominant lap on the last attempt. We watched your onboard. You were fighting all the way to the end, and you must be pleased with that.
All I could hear is must be pleased with that. So no, honestly, I am. What a tricky day. The weather is obviously incredibly difficult out there for all of us, and a lot of the time you can't even see where you're going. And I had one big moment, I think the lap before the last, big aquaplane, which definitely had my heart in my mouth, but I was able to improve on the next lap, nice and clean. And I love these days. You know, you remember when we used to race back in Larkpool, and those places was like this, but obviously 100 times worse when you're in a Formula 1 car.
I know you had a difficult weekend last week with the penalties, and obviously right at the end of the Grand Prix. Are you confident for tomorrow? Because yesterday looked like it was a tough day in the dry.
Yeah, yesterday was a difficult day. It started off well in P1, but then P2 was a big issue for us, but we've discovered it overnight, and nothing major. So I think today would have been better for us if it had been dry. But I'm grateful for the rain always. But I heard that tomorrow is going to be a much more sunny day. So I think we're prepared for both conditions. And yeah, that's where I want to start. So I'm glad that it was a trouble-free session. You know, I didn't make any mistakes, you know, so it's that's always a positive.
It was a special lap to watch. Well done today. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Carlos, congratulations. I
cannot hear you, man.
Congratulations. I think you must be happy with that to qualify third. We know you had a good weekend last week, but McLaren's showing they've still got strength even in these conditions.
Yeah, very happy to come back. Back-to-back weekends and to put it in P3 for the first time in my career, second row. It feels amazing, especially because this qualifying was probably one of the toughest I've done as a Formula 1 driver, to put together in the last lap a really good lap. It was so much aquaplaning. It was crazy on the straights, just keeping your foot down, sliding on the straights. Something that I enjoy, but I've been talking to Max and Lewis, and they were also like quite excited about it.
How confident are you for tomorrow? Because we know the car was strong last week, and you must be pretty happy going into it.
Yeah, car on race trim has been better than we thought after Barcelona. So we are kind of confident going into tomorrow. But at the same time, we saw again on Friday the race pace of the Ferraris, the racing points, where I actually don't know where they are starting, but far back, then it's good. But I'm sure I'm going to have Alex, I'm going to have Valtteri behind, so it's going to be a tough first few laps, but then I hopefully can settle into my own pace.
Well done today. Nice work.